What is going on, guys? Paul Ryan back at it again. I hope everybody's having a good night. A couple of Cowboys tidbits for you guys before you go off to bed. Number one, looking at the NFL power rankings, the Cowboys have officially fallen out of the top 20, and rightfully so after a 4-game losing streak. But falling outside of the top 20 all the way to 25, right below the New York Jets. Can't argue with him there. I'm surprised actually that they were 25th, but you look at some teams below them like the Bears, the Titans, the Panthers, and I forget who else was down there. Please forgive me on that. But yeah, Cowboys are not in good company right now, but they're not a good team, so you can't be mad about that. Now, I also saw an article that I glanced over. The headline really caught my news is coaches who have the best odds of becoming the new Cowboys coach. Excuse me. And I got to say, the coach at the top of the list, somebody that Mike and I talked about on the podcast. I don't know if it was last season or the season before, but it was Mike Vrabel. I got to say, I don't mind that name at all. I know he's not a offensive-minded coach, which is, I think, something that this team would benefit a lot from. Excuse me. That being said, he also Mike Vrabel in Tennessee for one season, if not two. He had Matt LaFleur on his coaching staff as the offensive coordinator, and we know what he's doing good things out there in Green Bay. So just because we hired Matt Vrabel doesn't mean that we wouldn't have a good offense. It would just be nice to see an offensive-minded coach to come in here to help continue not necessarily the development, but the progress of Dak. And, we've seen what Dak's been able to do. Again, not something we need to get into, but when you got a guy like Dak, you're paying him that money to have a coach who is offensive-minded. I mean, it feels like it's been a long time since we have an offensive-minded head coach. I know that Jason Garrett was considered an offensive-minded guy, and I guess Mike McCarthy too, but I don't know. Those guys are somewhat older, and their offenses became pretty stale pretty quickly. In this modern age, I think you need to have an offensive-minded head coach to really get over the top. But Mike Vrabel, I think it wouldn't be bad, necessarily to have a defensive-minded head coach as long as you had a strong a up and coming or an offensive coordinator who ran a modern day NFL offense, or who wasn't anything like what we're seeing from Mike McCarthy right now. I'll just be honest. What Mike McCarthy's running out there, what Brian Schottenheimer is running out there, it's not it. We've realized that, we know that, so it's time to make a change there. But yeah, a couple of other names are on the list where it was Mike Vrabel, Brian Flores, defensive coordinator for the Minnesota Vikings. I wouldn't be mad about that either. I think that would be pretty interesting. Of course, Bill Belichick was up there. Deion Sanders, I think he was higher than I anticipated he would be up there. And there was another name that caught my eye, just slipped my mind for some reason. But yeah, again, I wouldn't be mad about Mike Vrabel. I wouldn't be mad about Deion Sanders, to be honest. I think that'd be pretty interesting as well. And Brian Flores, I think those are some good names, some names to definitely keep an eye on. Probably Bill Belichick was high up there. Maybe that's a name that I'm not thinking about, just because that's somebody that I think we all have, been hearing about here recently, and even last year after he left the Patriots, maybe being a potential Cowboys head coaching candidate. But I don't know how I'd feel about Bill Belichick. I feel like, yeah, he's an exciting name. Of course, he's got the credibility and the pedigree and everything, but I would just be worried that he would bring in Josh McDaniel as offensive coordinator. And we saw Josh McDaniel, what he's done as a head coach, and his last stint there with the Las Vegas Raiders. I mean, he rubbed players the wrong way, and he got run out of town pretty quickly. I don't know. I just don't think that his personality was something that I would want to have with this team. But again, maybe it'd be different if he's a coordinator and not the head coach. I don't know how much his personality is going to change just by having a different job title. It sounds like this guy might just be a jerk. So I don't know if that's somebody I want in this locker room with this group of guys, but we'll see what happens there. But yeah, that's all I've got for you guys tonight. Please make sure to subscribe, leave a comment, like this video. I'm Paul Ryan, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Peace.